Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come to wise up on crypto. Well, we got a special crypto introduction today to talk about another sleeper, another crypto project that is first mover advantage and is a working project, a complete project in many ways, although it has a roadmap. It's functioning and it is doing its thing. So I'm excited to share this about, and I will tell you about how I discovered it, a very remarkable story. A quick market update. There is red and there's green, but there's more green than red, which is good if you have a portfolio in cryptocurrency, right? Even a monkey could pick a winning portfolio right now. And so always do your own research. Just because things are pumping doesn't mean that they're going to be around for the long haul and that they're doing a lot. You find ghost projects, dead projects, just all of a sudden come alive in a bull market. That being said, there's a lot of growth for a lot of good reason. And it is an exciting time to be in crypto. And if you're in crypto, you are in on the ground floor. Don't think because the Bitcoin chain started 10 years ago ish that that you're somehow out, not at all. In fact, a lot of these blockchains are just now maturing, and there are iterations that are just now really developing to bring use case and to be open to the world at large. And it's really exciting what's happening. Okay. Ethereum, quick story about Ethereum before we move down this market cap. Ethereum, the price you haven't seen tracking as much as Bitcoin. There's like a gold silver ratio, a Bitcoin Ethereum ratio that's spoken about. Now we've seen Bitcoin triple its previous all-time high of 20,000 and sustain that. Meanwhile, we have seen a lot of value in money and resources pouring into decentralized finance. I mean, if you go to DeFi Pulse, which we do that regularly, and we can do that right now. What a great DeFi resource, an educational resource. I will put that in the link below as well. But we go to DeFi Pulse and we will see how much is locked up in this DeFi ecospace. Billions, 43.62 billion. It's huge. And most of this, as you see, is Ethereum. Despite all this hoopla you hear of other chains and what they're able to do, it's like they're building other lanes on a highway for these new cars that have been built. They're not saying we're going to get rid of that highway and start our own brand new highway. So Ethereum is absolutely just dominating and leading the way in decentralized finance. However, there is absolutely room for growth because not a lot of people are really involved. This is just not a lot of the population. The market is still young and immature, and there's a need for quicker and cheaper. When you look at the gas fees, it's exciting. It's absolutely exciting. So when you look at these, there's no reason to be a maximalist. We're looking to build value and support the communities in many of these ecosystems that are revolutionizing and changing the markets, changing the capital structure, changing the way we communicate with each other. Trustless, because we can trust that the way we communicate with each other has removed the temptation for people to corrupt or manipulate. And that's what makes blockchain in this decentralized system, security system, so attractive and so beautiful and so invaluable. Polkadot, bringing interoperability to different smart contract platforms. There's no need to read through all these like I do. I'll say that Theta, it's really exciting what's going on with Theta. I mean, they're just screaming. And of course, they're paving the way in streaming for data streaming in blockchain data streaming. So, you want to look for those protocols that there's a lot of diet sodas of the same thing. There's a lot of, there are a lot of cryptos that are seeking to do the same thing. So when you find a crypto that doesn't have a lot of competition, that's kind of the first of its kind and in leading the way, that's when you want it. That's when you're like, okay, this is something to look at. VeChain, that's something to look at. Aave is great, in what it does. Avalanche, I'm excited to share more and learn more about the Avalanche team, what they're doing. IOTA, a sleeper, come out. They've been around for a long time, and they are. Well, it'd be interesting to see what's developing on that ecosystem. I'm not familiar, but I do know that they are alive. Monero, privacy, EOS is alive still too. Kusama and its connection to Polkadot, is a testing ground, but it's audited. It's not just a testing ground. It's actually a great place for projects to be built directly on Kusama, and some will be built to stay there for what it does and have no intention of moving over to Polkadot. BitTorrent has had a recent explosion in how they are revolutionizing data storage, I believe, or data sharing. We've got Tezos, Algorand, Chili's for NFTs and sports. And there's rumors that they'll be moving over to Western Hemisphere sports, football and basketball. I say football, American football, they call it. Hedera, Hashgraph, Elrond. I'm just shooting out names. Synthetics is when it comes to derivatives, it's the leader in derivatives. So, you look for those. These are the future Amazons, Googles, Yahoos, AOLs, Sears, Robux, Macy's, whatever you want to call it, Blockbusters. These are the future of the protocols, right? Zilliqa, the graph. So, read about them, learn about them, educate yourself, educate others. None of this is financial advice. Most financial advisors have no idea what blockchain technology is, or they're just now learning about it. And that's okay, because all people are just now learning about it. We're stumbling our way and we're educating each other. And, when cars were first invented, a lot of car accidents, still a lot of car accidents, but for different reasons, and planes too. So we encourage people to experiment and to figure things out. It is high risk. Be careful. Some riskier than others. And so for that reason, take your time and don't rush into anything. But I say that this is a beautiful, beautiful technology and space to be in and to learn about. It's definitely made for you. It's made for all people to learn and be a part of. Zilliqa, Engine Coin, bada bing, bada boom, Matic, Theta Fuel, that's the gas that powers Theta. Okay, so when I was going to first make this video, there's a specific token I was all excited to share with you, and it was not in the top 100. PundiX, point of sale transaction, Harmony One, wish I would have had it, but I need to learn more about it, but it's a lot of good things said about it. Decentralized mana, NFTs, gaming, bringing gamers to crypto, a lot of potential there. Now, Ryan and I met the founder of Holochain years ago at Voice and Exit in Austin, Texas. And did we get it? No, because we didn't really understand what he was talking about, because he was just like, he's the developer. He was speaking so over my head that I was like, I got to have a read your website. I still don't know what you're talking about. But now I have a little bit better understanding. It's great to see that success. And Arthur Brock has been just plugging away and working on that for a long time. So what they can do with scalability and how this system may work, I don't know it yet, like the little Pisces symbol, but we'll find out. So let's go. Celsius, I'm not into CeFi so much, but if you are into CeFi, and Alex Machinsky, this gentleman is just a pioneer and a beautiful soul, and does a lot to help selflessly help build communities and grow networks that he finds value in. So if you're going to be involved, I would say this would be one to join. Icon, more popular. I'm not as familiar with it. Tried to be involved years ago, but it was very difficult. Not sure what they're doing. Xerox Protocol's been around. They're great at what they do. Sia Coin's been around, and now they're coming up again. They're supposed to be decentralizing data storage, like cloud storage. Phantom's been around a massive pump recently, and allegedly they're working with people in nation states to use their technology for whatever is going to happen. And we'll stay tuned. Keep your ear on that one, or I'll keep my ears. REN protocol bridging Bitcoin to Ethereum. That's huge. Of course, I'm a big fan of ChainX, PCX, which is doing similar in a decentralized way. This is a centralized system for Polkadot and a trustless, decentralized Bitcoin layer for Polkadot, which will be huge. Look, I just love scrolling through these. There's so many. I could talk about more of these, but this is the one. Helium is what we were going to get to today. Helium was out of the top 100. Now it's in the top 100. In fact, if you go to CoinGecko, I think they might still have it just out of, let's see what they have it just out of the top 100. They have it ranked 102. Let's see if it's still, yep, 102. Okay. So but it's just now popped in the top 100. And this is one of those that I'm excited to learn about, and I'm excited to share with you. It's kind of a sleeper, not a lot of competition at all. It's taking advantage of blockchain technology, decentralized data storage and security, and the need for LoRaWAN technology and that bandwidth of Bluetooth and those services. And that's used all over industries, all over the world. That is huge. And it's kind of an untapped market. So talk about a sleeper. I feel that, and so many serendipitous things. So after let me tell you how I learned about this. Okay. And this is proof that this is do your own research. This is not financial advice. You would never go to a financial advisor and he would tell you, okay, this is what I found and this is why. Okay. Because I'm about to tell you this is true. I had a dream. I had a dream. And I listened to a lot of rock music. So part of the dream might be influenced by Led Zeppelin. But I had a dream. You all know about the Hindenburg, that disaster of the Hindenburg. Now, coincidentally, blockchain technology is a brand new technology, and we're looking at people just learning about things for the first time. Well, the Hindenburg, as a relatively new technology, the Zeppelin, photography was new, and the Hindenburg was a Zeppelin that was these big blimps that were taking people, and it caught on fire, and it exploded in just a big ball of flames with people inside of it. Very tragic, very intense. And a photographer was there, this new thing called photography, and took a picture of it, and it was all over the newspapers. So that pretty much just cut, people just like, you know what, honey, let's just stay home this weekend and let's not do that Zeppelin thing, as he put the cigarette out, right? And that pretty much ended Zeppelin travel. Was it rational? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe Zeppelins are still more safe and efficient, and would have been, but it scared people, and it just changed the direction of travel for a while. Now, airplanes, by the time airplanes happen, they crash. We see tragedies all the time, but the shock of seeing a disaster like that is over with. So it's just kind of like one of those risks. Anyway, my dream. Getting back to my dream. In my dream, it was very Gatsby, it was the time period of Zeppelins. So, we're walking around, and I was sitting in there, and I saw this, crystal glasses and silver platters and tuxedos and Gatsby gowns and, nice like swing or whatever kind of music in the background. And it was nice. And it was what made it my dreams. It was so funny. I love this dream because it was so serious and so posh, right? But these Zeppelins, so that they weren't at risk of catching on fire, they were actually powered by helium. And what you could do when you were seated your seat anywhere, there was a tube, everyone had their own tube, and you put your little mouthpiece on it, and you could take your hit of helium, and everyone from point A to point B was just walking around, talking like Alvin and the Chipmunks, talking with helium voices. I can't do it. I can't mimic it. If I could, I would. If I had helium, I'll just do it because it sounds funny. But just go with me and use your imagination. And I mean, I woke up and I was like, man, I like that dream. Sometimes you wake up, you have dreams that you like, and that was a dream. I thought that's a funny dream. I like my funny dreams. Now, later on, did I go like looking for helium crypto? No, that was it. I'm doing my crypto research. I'm online, reading some things, watching some things, and I come across someone talking about helium token. So helium token. I mean, I go right to it, and then I start learning about it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, this is cool. I start reading the documentation. I'm going to leave the link below, helium.com, so that you can read more about it, understand more about it. I don't have a strong tech background, developer background. So, please, if you do your research and you have a background in LoRaWAN technology or in the IoT provision services, then please, you see a value in this, let me know. I love learning more about this stuff and sharing it. In fact, recently I spoke to someone, so this story grows and grows upon itself. So I have my dream, and then I find out about the helium token. I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm thinking helium, I gotta look into this. I just have to now, just to honor my funny dream. And so there it is. Now later, I'm talking to someone on a cryptocurrency resource channel, social app, and I've been talking to him for a couple of weeks now. I had no idea he was into helium. And then someone else mentioned it. He goes, oh yeah, I'm mining helium. So then it comes back into my world. I'm like, wait a minute. Helium, the token that I found that he doesn't know about my dream. And if he watches the video, then he'll know about it. But I still haven't, shared that. This guy is mining it in support of the network, and he has a vast knowledge of the technical use, the value of this Bluetooth, this lower bandwidth, LoRaWAN. So I'm listening to this older gentleman, and he's mining, he's active participant in the community, securing it. And I thought, wow, this is just amazing. I'm even more excited. So I had to share this video. You need to learn about this, educate yourself, educate others. This is all about education knowledge. So look in the description below, because our website is still in the works coming, but we're going to be a hub for the top resources in crypto, right? This is not the greatest resource in the world. This is just a tribute. And in fact, I couldn't remember the greatest resource in the world. So, but that's why we're going to create this tribute. And this tribute is going to link you to all those great resources, all those YouTube channels, so that you can do your own research and just power you through your education. Because the more we learn, the more we rise up and wise up together on this. So yeah, okay. They got a roadmap. What I'm going to go to is, you don't just have to be like, well, how do I jump into these cryptos? Sometimes you have to find them on exchange. You're not going to get this on the easy DeFi Uniswap because it's its own blockchain. And at the moment, you're going to need to go to Binance, Binance.us, Hotbit. There are these different exchanges you can sign up and get on to join that way. Or another way, and a highly recommended way, especially by members of the community, are also you can join it yourself by mining it. Now, this is not, it's like Bitcoin mining in the sense that you're using computers to secure the network, these little devices, but it's not like Bitcoin, Ethereum mining in that it's GPU, CPU, ASIC miners. It's not huge hardware. It's not energy intensive. It's not seeking to do what they're doing. It's not competing with them. It's using hotspots. So you're talking about using the energy of your alarm clock, very low power need. And also it doesn't produce a lot of heat. They're not intensive. So really, really interesting, really, really neat, very easy for people to become involved and to join, and for virtually everyone to participate in and secure and become part of the network. And now, what is LoRaWAN used for? Before we get there, I'm going to leave this helium.com. You're going to come to the site. You're going to learn more about it, how to use it, how to stake it. But, check it out. You can order miners. I haven't done it yet. I will. I'm going to. And when I do, I will show you how I learned to set it up and how that works. But you literally can order these hotspots. It'll take a couple months, back order, but you'll get one of these hotspots, get a couple of these hotspots, and you can set them up. They've got a network map. You want to see the kind of coverage that's happening right now? Let's take a look. Dang. Hold on, I haven't seen anything yet. But I did look at it earlier, so that was a preemptive dang. There we go. Dang. Look at all that. So, I mean, this is beautiful. So you see that it's grown a lot already. Started in the US already. It's growing fast in Europe, but it's just now start pop, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it's everywhere. Bum, bum. And it's just getting started. So very cool. Now we're about to learn more about LoRaWAN. So I did my research. I was like, oh, this is really cool, but I don't know a lot about LoRaWAN. I want to learn more about LoRaWAN. What is this? It seems really neat. Is this legit, or is this some kind of flashy website and they're selling you some junk and then you're gonna be stuck holding on some weird hardware that doesn't even do anything? There's no use case. Wrong again, Luke. Check it out. Okay, before I check it out, I want to show you this roadmap. When you check out their roadmap, and I mean, it's a great, a lot of work behind this, great team, great community. You scroll down, you're going to read their quarter 1 goals, and then you see this, click quarter 2. It took me a while to figure that out. I mean, I'm scrolling down, like, okay, what the heck? You just click on it, boom. H2, I have no idea what that stands for. If you do know what that stands for, please drop in the comment below and you will win something. It may just be like a thumbs up comment, but I might send you something to say thank you. I get quarter 1, quarter 2, H2. Come on. That's not intuitive. You guys help me out. So they talk to you about their validators, their proof of coverage, their blockchain goals, and what they're doing. It's just really neat. It's the ground floor up. It's the beginning stage. So here's a little hidden gem, right? A little sleeper for you that's not getting a lot of talk, but let's do some more education. All right, I'm going to leave this video. This guy, Johan Stocking, he's a tech lead for the Things Network. This is dedicated to LoRaWAN architecture and technology, and that they have nothing. They're not talking about cryptocurrency and blockchain. That's not what this is about. That's what I love finding. I love finding communities that are about a tech, and then you learn about a blockchain iteration that's going to revolutionize or add value to a system that already serves immense value. Here we go. What does LoRaWAN do? Here we go. Without further ado, boom.
But first, why is LoRaWAN so awesome? So there are 10 reasons that make LoRaWAN unique. You find these things also in other low power, wide area networking technologies, but this set of features, the combination is really powerful in LoRaWAN. So first, it's ultra low power. It's long range. It has deep indoor penetration. It makes use of the license-free spectrum, so you don't need to obtain a license to deploy the LoRaWAN network. It supports geolocation, and that means that the network can determine the location of your devices. LoRaWAN is also unique in the ability to deploy both public and private networks with this very same devices and the same gateways and the same software. Also, it has end-to-end security built in right into the LoRaWAN protocol. It supports firmware updates over the air. There's a certification program. And finally, there's a very large ecosystem of device makers, gateway makers, network service providers, as well as application developers. Some of the use cases are natural disaster prevention, agriculture, also lots of industrial use cases like monitoring of industrial sites over long range, but also controlling things, controlling valves, for example. LoRaWAN is also really powerful in smart city use cases, monitoring buildings, and also obviously supply chain and smart metering. There are many different use cases in LoRaWAN, and that also makes LoRaWAN really powerful, is that it's you can use it in many different verticals and areas.
Okay, this video is very interesting. I've watched most of it. I'm gonna leave the link below, but so there you see it. I mean, isn't that incredible? You can see LoRaWAN. Here's a technology. Here's something that we're using already in agriculture. We're using in industry. We're using around the world for metering and for communicating information on devices. And now we're finding a way that blockchain technology can revolutionize and add value the way these services, the way these networks are created and provided. So this is cool. And watch the whole thing, learn for yourself. As we go out, how do you support this channel? Well, there's some stuff you can find little cryptos below that if you want to send some love our way. Also, we're a big fan of another sleeper that's doing some work, and have a video coming up soon to a website that helped collaborate and co-create here. But it's about Wise Token. Wise Token is doing some remarkable things with removing third parties for decentralized finance. And we're all about ethics and equality in crypto and using this technology to make the world a better place. So we'll just read this quick frequently asked question. I like the beginning. Wise is designed to be the most decentralized and secure store of value in crypto, making it the star candidate for long-term investments. How is it the most decentralized? Well, it monetizes time. You don't need a miner. You don't need to order mining equipment, whether it's the Helium miner or whether it's a Bitcoin miner. You don't need 32 Ethereum to be a huge validator. You don't need to give your Polkadot to somebody else where they can get slashed and you lose it. These are great networks, great systems, and they're all doing different things. This is an Ethereum bond-like bond where it removes the third-party risk and everyone has equal access to interest on their holdings by locking it up over time. This is remarkable. We've got more information. Maybe I'll put it there if I can do that on YouTube or at the end of the video, but definitely learn more about that. If you're already into it and you're digging Wise, and you recognize the value of something that even when it's asleep, you recognize even when it's asleep and it's not getting a lot of attention, you've got massive ownerless locked liquidity. And this is the value. This is the value. In a bull market, people are so, oh, what's the pump and what's this new thing? And you don't catch a lot of the times those sleeper projects. But when it's red and people are looking where to go and looking where to sell it, when you find those projects that have locked liquidity and they're not moving anywhere and they're just standing there like a rock in the middle of a tumultuous storm, that's going to attract a lot of attention. Now, what else is going to attract a lot of attention is that the team continues to, they're not a ghost team and they didn't just walk away. They continue to build and add value to the community and work on and bridging. So they're doing things with Binance Smart Chain and reaching out to the Binance community for creating a Wise token cousin. That's happening very soon. We're going to do a video dedicated to that. So it's really remarkable what they're doing there. And to another smart contract blockchain, create a bridge so that WISE token, literally this monetization of time, this decentralized ethical crypto storage can blanket different chains and bridge communities together. That's exciting. What's equally, if not more exciting, is the fact that before this year is over with, there will be a collateralized complete DeFi lending protocol layer built off of WISE. So now you've removed the third parties from the ETH bond. Now you've removed the third parties from a lending layer. You know, we're talking some major growth potential. Excited about that. Now, what I'm excited about also is this video that I still haven't made, and it's going to come soon this week, guaranteed, hopefully in the next 24, 48 hours. This is stakewise.org. It's a little site that we made where anyone who's a member of the WISE community can come create their own customized ladder. And not only can you customize, you know, when you mature every stake, 1 year out, 2 years out, 3 years out, 5 years out, you can also customize every single person you want to share that love to and use their referral address for each stake you set. And it's so completely customizable that if you'd like to use someone that you know in your family, you can use custom, and it's blank, and you can add your own. So yeah, you can choose us, send some love to Space Glitter, send some love to Ahmed Ali, and there is the whole WISE team. There are other people. I will show you more details as I make that video and show you how it works, but excited about that. So check this out. If you're a member of the WISE community, you want to show some love and put a stake as the fees as EIP 1599 comes in and these WISE stakes start flooding in again, and people are like, okay, I'm ready to set my ladder now. Also leave a link for DeFi Pulse below. It's just a great resource as you want to flip through and look what's going on in the world of DeFi. It's not just, you know, you can look at lending. This is all assets. There's derivative markets. Like I said, synthetics is paving the way, and it's so huge. Look, it's just multiple. I forgot, I was listening to a good YouTube channel, and the gentleman was saying it's like the top 5, top few, top 10, shucks. There's several of them. You put them all together, and synthetics has more locked liquidity than like the top 9 or top 10. Make up some number, whatever. Do the math. It's in there. Transparent. I'm just not doing it right now. So look, I feel that that's what I had to share. Happy Monday. It's the first of spring. What a good way to start the year. This is the beginning of a year in many cultures, in many ways. So, you know, it's a beautiful time of year, a beautiful time to start learning new technologies. It's always a good time to learn, always a good time to share. If you have something to share with me, teach me, I'm all about it. Don't forget, you can join us every Monday night, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Shucks, I'll have it somewhere on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And, you know, give yourself a notification to catch up with us tonight. And it's interactive. We'll be talking about stuff going on in crypto. You can talk with us, ask questions. We will see you there. Until then, have a beautiful day. Namaste.